AI can write code faster than most beginners can understand it. That sounds like good news. But if you are learning to code right now, it can be a very big problem because the easiest way to use AI is also the worst way to learn it. You get stuck, you paste the problem in ChatGPT. It gives you code, you paste the code into your project, it works, you feel smart, then something breaks. You go back to GPT, it gives you more code, you paste that too, now your app kind of works, but you have no idea why. And this is where a lot of beginners get trapped. They are building more than before, but understanding less. They are moving faster, but becoming more dependent. They are completing projects, but they cannot explain them. This is dangerous because in the AI era, the person who wins in this game is not the person who avoids AI. It is also not the person who blindly uses AI for everything. The person who wins is the one who uses AI without letting it replace all of their thinking. And this is what this video is about. Because AI is not going away, it is here to stay. According to 2024 Stack Overflow Developer Survey, about 62% of developers said that they are already using AI tools in their development process. Around 76% said that they are either using AI or planning to use it. So this is not a small trend anymore. AI is already part of how developers work. But here is a more interesting number. In the same survey, only 43% said they trust the output that AI produces. That is the whole game. People are using AI, but they don't fully trust it, which means the future does not belong to people who can ask AI questions. The future belongs to people who can judge AI answers. That is the skill, not prompting, but judgment. If AI gives you code, can you tell if it's correct? If it gives you an explanation, can you tell if it missed something? If it builds a feature, can you debug it when it breaks? If it suggests a shortcut, do you know the trade-off? And this is exactly what separates someone who copy and paste prompts without understanding it from someone who is learning properly to become a proper software developer. Let's talk how to actually use AI while learning coding. Rule number one is to never ask the AI to do the whole thing first. This is the biggest mistake. A beginner wants to build a project. So they type in things like, build me a full stack habit tracker app with authentication, database, dashboard, and AI recommendations. AI gives them a bunch of code. They use it without understanding it. That's fine until they get stuck or their boss wants something more or their clients want something more and they don't know what any of those code means. This feels productive, but it's a very bad learning loop. If you are a beginner, your first question should not be, can you build this for me? Your first question should be, what are the parts I need to understand to build this? Let's say you want to build a simple expense tracker, right? Ask AI, I want to build an expense tracker, break this project into smaller parts, but don't give me the code yet. This is so much better. AI might say, you need a form to add expenses, you need a list to display expenses, you need a way to store the data, you need a way to calculate the totals, you need to delete or edit expenses. Now you have a map, right? Then you build that one part at a time. This matters because coding is not just typing code. Coding is breaking problems down. If AI breaks every problem down for you and writes every answer for you, you never train that muscle. And if you never train that muscle, you will always need to rely on AI to think for you. And that's dangerous. Use AI to guide your thinking. Do not use it to replace your thinking. Rule number two, ask for hints before writing an answer. When you get stuck, don't immediately ask for a solution. Ask for a hint. For example, instead of saying, fix my JavaScript code, say, give me one hint about why this code is not working. Don't give me the full answer yet. This sounds small, but it changes everything because now your brain still has to do the work. If the first hint is not enough, ask for a second hint, then a third. Only ask for a full solution after you have tried. This is how you use AI like a mentor instead of a vending machine. A vending machine gives you an answer. The mentor helps you think. And if you are learning, you want the mentor version. Here's a simple example. Let's say your button click is not working. A bad prompt would be, fix this code. A better prompt would be, here's my code, my button click is not working. Give me 3 possible reasons, but don't rewrite the code yet. Now you learn how to debug. Maybe the event listener is attached to the wrong element, the script loads before HTML, the function name is wrong, the button has the wrong ID. That is useful because even if you don't solve it immediately, you learn how developers think. Rule number 3 would be to make AI explain errors in normal language. Errors are where beginners either grow or quit. Most people see an error and they start to panic. But the thing here is errors are not the enemy. Errors are feedback. The problem is that error message may look scary to you. The problem is that error messages are often written in a way that feels like a computer is insulting you in a different language. This is where AI is incredibly useful if you use it properly. When you get an error, paste it into the AI and ask, explain this error in plain English. What is it saying? What are the most likely causes? Do not just say fix it. For example, if you see cannot read properties of undefined, a beginner might think the whole app is broken, but usually it means you're trying to assess something that does not exist yet. Maybe the data has not loaded, maybe the variable is empty, maybe the object does not have that property. That is understandable. And once you understand that error, you can fix it. This is one of the best use cases of AI for learning. It turns confusing errors into understandable feedback. But again, the goal is not to just fix the bug. The goal is to understand the bug. If you have 100 bugs, but understand none of them, you are not improving. If you deeply understand 20 bugs, you are getting stronger. Rule number 4, use AI quiz you. Most people use AI to answer questions. Almost nobody uses AI to ask questions. But this is one of the best ways to learn. After you study a concept, ask AI to quiz you. For example, I just learned JavaScript functions. Ask me 10 beginner questions. Don't give me the answers until I try. Or I just built a small React app. Quiz me on props, state, and components. Or ask me interview style questions about the project I just built. This is powerful because it exposes fake understanding. When you watch a tutorial, everything feels clear. When someone asks you to explain it without looking, suddenly you realize what you don't know. That gap is where learning happens. You want to find that gap early. Not during the job interview, not when a mentor asks you to explain your code, not when your project breaks. Use AI to test your understanding before the world tests it for you. Rule number 5, after AI gives you the code, make sure you understand every single line of code before merging it into your code. If AI writes code for you, don't just paste it and move on. Make it explain. Ask it, right? Explain this code line by line like I'm a beginner. What are the 3 most important concepts in this code? What would break if I remove this line? How can I rewrite this in a simpler way. This is how you turn generated code into learning material. AI generated code is not automatically bad. The problem is when you treat it like magic. If AI gives you code and you study it, break it, and explain it, that can be useful. But if AI gives you code and you just blindly copy and paste it, you are training yourself to be dependent on it. And so the rule is simple. Never accept code that you can explain. You can use code you don't understand yet, but your job is to understand it before you move on. Number 6, build smaller projects than your ego wants. Beginners always want to build something too big. An AI SaaS, a trading bot, a productivity app with AI agents. The ambition is good, but the sequence is wrong. If you cannot build a working form, store data, or explain an API call, start smaller. Smaller projects teach faster because the feedback loop here is shorter. A good beginner project should be small enough that you can finish it, but hard enough so that you get stuck somewhere. And that is the sweet spot. Go feature by feature. Start by finding a use case. Like, for example, building a job application tracker for yourself. You need to start with maybe like a form to capture information of the jobs. Then you need to display the list, add statuses, add filters, store it in a database, add reminders. Then maybe you want to add an AI feature to rewrite some of your resume bullets based on feedback. That is exactly how real skills compound. You don't need one giant project. You need a sequence of projects that slowly increases in difficulty. Rule number 7, learn the boring fundamentals because AI make them more important than ever. A lot of people think AI means fundamentals matter less. I think that's the opposite. AI makes fundamentals more important because when AI gives you an answer, fundamentals are how you judge it. If you don't understand variables, functions, loops, arrays, objects, APIs, databases, authentication, and errors, debugging, then AI output frankly just looks like magic to you. And when it breaks, you're going to be stuck. Fundamentals are not important because you need to write everything from memory by hand. Fundamentals are important because you need to know what is happening. Think about calculators, right? Calculators did not make the understanding of math useless. They made arithmetic faster. But if you don't understand math at all, the calculator can still give you an answer and you wouldn't know if it makes sense, okay? AI is similar. It makes coding faster, but only if you understand enough to judge the output it gives you. So don't skip fundamentals. You need it. Use AI to learn them faster. Ask for examples, ask for analogies, ask for quizzes or small exercises. Just don't skip them. Rule number 8 would be to use AI to review code, not just write your code. One of the most underrated ways to use it as a reviewer. After you finish a project or a feature, paste your code in and ask, review this like a senior developer. What is confusing, risky, or badly structured? Then you can ask, what should I improve first? What is good about this code? This helps you build taste, and taste is super important today, especially in the AI era. A beginner only asks, does it work, right? But a better developer would ask, is it readable? Is it maintainable? Will this break later? Can someone else understand it? Did I solve the right problem? AI can help you notice things that you've missed. It could be your variable names being a little too confusing, your function doing too many things, you repeated code, your error handling is weak, or your UI works but the user flow is strange. That is valuable. But then again, don't accept every suggestion blindly. Sometimes AI overcomplicates things. Sometimes it suggests you patterns that you don't need. Sometimes it sounds confident but misses the point completely. So use it as feedback, not authority. Use your own judgment. Number 9, measure learning by what you can do without AI. Here's a simple test. After building something with AI, close AI. Then try to rebuild a much smaller version from memory. If you can do it, you have learned. If you can't do it, any of it, you just copy. And if you can't do any of it, you just mostly copy it. And does not mean you failed. It just means you found the gap. Another test will be to explain your project to a friend who doesn't code. If you cannot explain what your app does, how it works, and what was hard, you probably don't understand it enough yet. A third test, change the project. If you follow a tutorial for a weather app, don't stop there. Change it into a travel planner, or add saved cities. Add clothing suggestions based on weather, for example, or add a comparison between two cities, adding in more features, right? The moment you change the project, you stop copying and you're forced to start thinking. And that is where real learning starts. Rule number 10, don't use AI to avoid confusion. Don't use AI to avoid frustration. And this is the hardest one. Coding is inherently frustrating. You will feel stupid. Everyone goes through it. You will stare at a bug for an hour. You will question your life choices because missing a semicolon or a wrong variable name that broke everything. That frustration is not a sign that you are failing. It's not a sign for you to start relying on AI. That frustration is learning. The danger with AI is that it lets you escape frustration too quickly. The moment you feel discomfort, boom, AI comes in and saves the day. But if you remove all discomfort, you remove the part where your brain learns. So give yourself a rule. When you get stuck, struggle for 15 minutes before bringing in AI. Try reading the error, try console logging, try searching the docs, try explaining the problem out loud. That builds your problem solving skills. And that's number 1 skill as the developer. Then ask AI. This builds independence. This builds real skill. You don't need to suffer for no reason, but you do need enough suffer to learn and grow. So the best way to learn in 2026, if I were to summarize all of this, would be this. Use AI to accelerate feedback, not to avoid thinking. Use it to explain, use it to quiz you, use it to review your code, use it to give you hints, use it to help you debug, use it to show examples, but don't use it to skip the part where you build understanding, because the job market is not going to reward people who can paste prompts. It will reward people who can solve problems. And the best problem solvers use AI, but they will not be controlled by it. They will be directing the AI. And that is the skill. Here's a simple 7 days challenge for you. Pick a small project, something like a habit tracker, a quiz app, or an expense tracker, or a study timer. Ask AI to break it into parts for you, but don't ask for code. Day number 2, build the HTML and the CSS. Use AI only for explanations and hints. Make sure you understand everything. Day number 3, add in basic JavaScript interactions. Same thing, if you get stuck, ask for hints before answers. Day 4, add data. Start using local storage, then move on to APIs, then ask AI to explain your errors in plain English so you understand everything that's going on. Day number 5 is to improve the user experience, add filters, add states, add validation, or simply add in more styling in. Day number 6 will be to ask AI to review your code. Fix the top 3 issues yourself. Day number 7, try to explain the whole project out loud. Record a video of yourself doing it. What does it do? How does it work? What did you do? What broke? How did you fix it? What did AI help you with? What did you understand yourself? If you can do that, you understood it properly and you are learning. That's good. Not perfectly, but properly. And that is the point. So AI has made it easier than ever to write code, but that's not the point of this video. The point here is about learning code, and it's made it also so much easier to learn code today. But at the same time, the downside to this is it's also made it easier than ever to fake progress. So please be careful. Don't measure progress by how much code you wrote. AI can write thousands of lines of code in minutes. So you don't want to, that's not a flex anymore, okay? Measure progress by what you can understand, what you can debug, what you can explain. That is what real learning looks like. If you want to start small, we've put together a 6 projects in 6 days mini course for you to start. It's completely for free. Please click on the link below. It is not about building huge apps, especially as a beginner. It is all about getting into the habit of shipping small projects, learning the fundamentals, and using AI the right way. You can find it in the description below. And whether you decide to use that or not, just do this one thing this week. Build something small. Don't just watch. Don't just prompt. Build it yourself.